CBSE Physics Class 12 NCERT Solutions 4.16. We will see now. There are two subdivisions. I read the question. For a circular coil of radius r and n turns carrying current I, the magnitude of the magnetic field at a point on its axis at a distance x from its center is given by B is equal to mu naught I r squared n divided by 2 into x squared plus r squared power 3 by 2. Subdivision A. Show that this reduces to the familiar result for the field at the center of the coil. Subdivision B. Consider two parallel coaxial circular coils of equal radius r, capital R, and number of turns n, carrying equal currents I in the same direction and separated by a distance r. So radius of each coil is also r, distance of separation between the centers is also r, as per this question. Show that the field on the axis around the midpoint between the coils is uniform over a distance that is small as compared to capital R and is given by B is equal to 0.72 mu naught Ni by R approximately. This one. Such an arrangement to produce a nearly uniform magnetic field over a small region is known as Helmholtz coils. Okay? Yeah. We see how to do this sum. First one, subdivision A. This is the magnetic field at an axial point. If there is a current carrying coil, radius r, point P at a distance x, plane of the coil perpendicular to the plane of the diagram. I am considering the current to be flowing like this. That means, as viewed by me, the coil current is flowing like this. For me, it is clockwise. This part of the circular coil is this side. The hyphenated part is the other side. And the formula is given mu naught I r squared n by 2 into x squared plus r squared power 3 by 2. You have to prove that this reduces to the familiar result of magnetic field at the center of the coil. We know that magnetic field at the center of the coil is given by mu naught Ni by 2r at the center. This can be proved directly. You will have to show that this reduces to this when you consider the point to be at the center. When this point to be at the center, you make x 0. So in this expression, B is equal to, you make x 0 because the point has to go to the center. You are supposed to get mu naught Ni by 2r taken as a familiar result. We can prove it directly also. B equal to mu naught Ni by 2r is the magnetic field at the center of the coil, can be proved directly. So B is equal to mu naught I r squared n, I r squared n by 2, x is 0, r squared power 3 by 2 is r cube, r squared, here you take r squared and r squared, if they get cancelled means you have r remaining in the denominator. Simplify or rewrite mu naught Ni by 2r. So this is a magnetic field at the center of the coil. Okay, we'll go to the second subdivision now. Two parallel coaxial circular coils of n turns are shown here. Even though the diagram indicates that it is a single turn of the coil, let's assume there are n turns in this, just for the clarity of the picture. there are n turns in this. Okay. So let's take 2x. Just for convenience sake. And also the distance between the 10 centers is 2x, radius is 2x. These two. Suppose if you consider the centers to be say O1, O2. O1, O2 is 2x, radius of each coil is also 2x, but I have drawn O1, O2 little bit longer so that you can see. And you consider a point P here close to C at a very very small distance, say D. CP is D, very small. That's what the question says. The question says for points close to C, the magnetic field is constant, given by 0.72 mu naught Ni by 2R. So I just take a point P which is very close to C. C is the midpoint of the line O1, O2. C is equidistant from O1 and O2. You take for distances small enough, the magnetic field should as constant. You have to prove it. So what you should do, find the magnetic field at P due to this coil and due to this coil. Current is in the same direction for both coils. As seen by me, current is clockwise. The other coil here, that is also clockwise. So the magnetic field is in this side. Direction of magnetic field this way. Plane of the coils perpendicular to the plane of the diagram. So find magnetic field at P, net magnetic field at P due to this, use approximation, and you will see that it does not depend on distance. It will simplify this to this. It will simplify to this 0.72 mu naught Ni by 2R. We will see how to do that. So net magnetic field at P, magnetic field due to this plus magnetic field due to this, because the two fields are in the same direction. So at P, magnetic field due to this coil, say due to coil 1, is mu naught. General formula is this, don't forget, mu naught N I R squared is 4x square, because I took R as 2x, by 2 into R squared, that is 4x square, plus O1P square, which will be nothing but x plus d. At P due to this coil, x plus d, the square, power 3 by 2, because P is at a distance of x plus d from O1. Similarly, due to this magnetic field at P, due to this, mu naught Ni 4x squared by 2 into 4x square plus 4x square means what? R squared. That is distance to the point P from this, x minus d, the whole square, 3 by 2. That's all. Simplify. You will get this. Use approximation properly, you will get that answer. See how to do that. Of course, 4 and 2. So mu naught Ni, to this side I write x square by 4x square, okay, plus x square plus 2 dx plus d square power 3 by 2. I am expanding this using a plus b whole square formula, plus 2 mu naught ni x square by 4x square plus x square minus 2 dx plus d square power of course 3 by 2. D is very small, d square can be neglected. Similarly here also d square can be neglected. 4x square plus x square write as 5x square. That is 5x square plus 2 dx power 3 by 2. Here also 4x square plus x square 5x square. Minus 2 dx power 3 by 2. 5x squared can be brought out. I am going to use the approximation which is known as binomial approximation. 1 plus x the whole power n is 1 plus nx provided x is very much less than 1. That approximation we will apply. For that you should have 1 plus x. This x is different. This is coming in the formula. This x and this x don't get confused. Okay, that is in the formula. So 1 plus something should be there. That something should be far less than 1. So I take this 5x square outside. Okay, so I rewrite this here. I create some space here. To mu naught ni x squared by 5x square I take out. When you take 5x square outside, you see there is power 3 by 2. So 5 power 3 by 2, x square power 3 by 2. So 5 power 3 by 2, x square power 3 by 2 will be x cube. Then 1 plus, because 5x square has been taken out, 2 by because 5x square has been taken out, so 2 by 5, x square has been taken out, only x is there, so x will have to write in the denominator. The d is there already, so this power 3 by 2. Then similarly here 2 mu naught ni x square whole divided by 5 power 3 by 2 x cube 1 minus 2d by 5x power 3 by 2. Okay. So I continue. X square x cube, x square x cube. So 2 mu naught ni by 5 power 3 by 2x. This 1 plus 2d by 5x whole power 3 by 2, no? This one you take it to the numerator. Similarly, this one you take it to the numerator. This whole thing, take it to the numerator, but you can make that power 3 by 2 as power minus 3 by 2. Similarly, whatever is here, no, this one, you write in the numerator, making this 3 by 2 as minus 3 by 2. After that 2 mu naught ni x squared by 5 power 3 by 2 x cube will be constant. So that has been taken out. X square and x cube, so x I wrote. This has been taken out common. This should go to the numerator, this should go to the numerator. So you will have 1 plus 2d by 5x power 3 by 2 plus 1 minus 2d by 5x power minus 3 by 2, because when it is in the denominator plus 3 by 2, take it to the numerator minus 3 by 2. Here also minus 3 by 2, right? Use binomial approximation 1 plus this power 2d by 5x power minus 3 by 2. Use that binomial approximation. So you have 2 by 5 mu naught ni by x. This will be 1 minus 2d by 5x into 3 by 2 into minus 3 by 2 minus I already wrote 2d by 5x into 3 by 2, so 3 by 2 3d by 5x after applying the binomial approximation. Plus 1 minus 3d by 5x, but there is minus, so it will become plus here 3d by 5x. Binomial approximation. Okay. Minus 3d by 5x plus 3d by 5x. 1 plus 1 is 2. So you have 2 by 5 power 3 by 2. Please make the correction. So 2 by 5 power 3 by 2. This is net field. 2 by 5 power 3 by 2 mu naught ni by x by x. In the numerator you have 2. So 4 divided by 5 power 3 by 2 mu naught ni by x, but you see 2x is equal to r. So x is r by 2. For x I put r by 2. This 2 and this 4 you write as 8. So net field 8 by 5 power 3 by 2 mu naught ni by r. But 8 divided by 5 power 3 by 2 will come as something like 0.7155. Say write 0.72 mu naught ni by r. This will simplify as 0.72. You see it is independent of x. That is somewhere close to the point C, which is the midpoint of the line O1 O2, or which is midway between O1 and O2. The magnetic field does not depend on distance, constant. So one might wonder how it is constant, because somewhere near C, you will have to understand the idea. See, close to C, let me explain this concept. So it has been proved, okay? See, if you have a circular coil, radius r, say some distance x. When x is equal to r by 2, at some point, you can easily prove using calculus the variation of magnetic field with distance is constant. Both, this is a coil, both that side of the coil as well as this side of the coil, when x is equal to r by 2, the variation of the magnetic field with distance, when x is r by 2, that means very, very close to that point given by x is equal to r by 2, the rate of change of magnetic field with respect to distance is constant, applicable for both sides of the coil on the axis, of course. So what will happen from the center when you move to the right side, the magnetic field due to this coil will decrease at some rate with respect to distance. At the same time, magnetic field due to this coil will increase at the same rate with respect to distance. So the overall effect, it is decreasing, it is increasing, decreasing due to this coil, increasing due to this coil at the same rate as you move. Therefore, net magnetic field doesn't change as you move from C to this side as well as to the other side. For that the distance should be very, very small. You can prove that using calculus. Maybe I will make one video on that and show it to you, but for the time being you understand this concept. Okay, thank you.